Hello, this is Charlie from Tropical Birding and welcome to this video trip report from my recent trip to Micronesia. Check out this PDF that accompanies the video. Let's start with the map of the region. Micronesia is in the Western Pacific, east of the Philippines. It includes several different states. One is the Federated States of Micronesia, off to the right, which we didn't visit, but we did visit the Northern Mariana Islands of Saipan and Rota. And then on to Guam. The Northern Mariana Islands and Guam are both territories of the USA. And after that, we went to the independent state of Palau. So let's head straight to Saipan, where we started the trip. This is us as we were landing in Saipan. This is a lay of the land, pretty developed, but there is a bit of natural habitat left. Our first birding on Saipan was on the tiny island of Managaha. It's here, beautiful little paradise island where we were looking for a couple of special birds. This is as we arrived. As you can see, the water is crystal clear, wonderful snorkeling there. And there's also a nice trail going around the island. We were actually looking for a bird here called the Micronesian megapode, which we didn't find. We spent a couple of hours looking hard. We didn't get it. We did see lots of cool nesting seabirds though. We got black noddies, beautiful white terns nesting up in the trees, and also first of our Micronesian endemics, the Micronesian Misomela type of honey eater. Also got some nice herps, the Pacific blue-tailed skink. Next we moved on to the north of the main island where there's several war memorials. It's got a lot of significance for battles in the Pacific during the Second World War. This was actually the last command post of the Japanese. This was their last stand. There's also a lot of nice forest nearby, so we walked along the road and we finally caught up with the Micronesian megapode that we missed on Managaha. It's a very cool little bird, bright yellow, stocky legs, and lovely bird. We got really good views. Also saw our first white-throated ground doves, quite a cool bird. Great views. This is another place we visited called the Suicide Cliffs. Pretty unpleasant history. Beautiful views from the top though. We saw some cool birds. We had some tropic birds flying by and some other endemics. This is a Mariana kingfisher. And also the very common Micronesian starling. And the beautiful Mariana fruit dove. Very commonly heard, you hear it all over the island, but yeah, a little more difficult to get a good view of. We checked out some other habitat on the north of the island. We found quite a nice birding road where we caught up with some of the other Micronesian endemics. This is the Micronesian rufous fantail. And one of the top targets on Saipan, the golden white-eye, beautiful bird. Looks a little bit like a prothonotary warbler with a sort of a white eye ring. And this is another one of our big targets here. I'm going to put the sound on. And if you can hear that, this is called the Saipan reed warbler. It's an endangered species. Has a very loud call. Pretty cool, but yeah, we took a while to find, but yeah, we got good looks at it in the end. Some mammals as well, the Mariana flying fox. Micronesia's got some great snorkeling, and I took the opportunity to take a dip in the sea, saw some rather nice fish. Show you some of them. The blue-green chromis, some humbug dacilus. This is, I think it's a black-finned cardinal fish. Pacific trumpet fish, some kind of odd shapes, and I got a bit of video of some pipefish, some messmate pipefish, almost like a seahorse that's been unraveled. Very interesting fish. And some nice starfish. This is a blue linkia. Next we flew across to the island of Rota on one of these small planes. So we're flying south from Saipan. And here's the island of Rota, smaller. Very few people living here. We spent a couple of nights. Very scenic, very peaceful island, lovely atmosphere. It's really cool. we stayed at the little settlement of Song Song, you can see, which is on this little strip of land at the back there. Also got some pretty significant World War II history. Here's a Japanese cannon. And more recently, they've put up some of these fiberglass animals as minor tourist attractions. Here's the Mariana fruit dove. Also had the Mariana flying fox, which we saw before, and a giant blue land crab. The first site that we checked out for birding was on the edge of the plateau here. It's still got a bit of nice habitat, and one of the rarest birds in Micronesia, the Rota White-eye, critically endangered, actually starting to make a bit of a comeback. But yeah, we found them to be locally common. We also took a walk at a bird sanctuary for seabirds, walked through some pandanus forest and then some other nice native forest. Here we saw a very rare bird called the Mariana crow, another critically endangered species. I'll put the sound on for you. I think it's the second smallest crow in the world. It's got this little squeaky voice, which I'll let you listen to. Check that out. Yeah, very unusual corvid. Yeah, a lot of character. And we ended up at this beautiful viewpoint over a seabird nesting colony. Just lovely. This is me being silly there. And yeah, we saw nesting red-footed boobies, brown boobies. We had frigate birds flying by, lots of noddies. They did actually have a very rare booby called the Abbott's booby here, which was last seen last year, but we didn't manage to find that. This was just outside our hotel where we got to do a bit of snorkeling. You see they've got these lovely crystal clear rock pools. And of course we did a little bit more snorkeling. Some of the fish I photographed here, this is a 5-lined wrasse, a lined bristletooth. Next we flew on to Guam. I don't know how much you know about Guam, but they had an invasive tree snake. They're called the brown tree snake that caused the extinction of the 4 endemic bird species that they had. They managed to capture some of these species and start captive breeding programs, but they actually lost 2 species. Yeah, which is very sad. We had a little drive around. We had a nice viewpoint here. But the most important part of our visit was to a small offshore island called Cocos. And this island is free of brown tree snakes. And they've introduced a very special bird there, which we went to look for. This is as we were leaving the main island of Guam, and this is Cocos Island here. We arrived at this jetty, which had lots of seabirds, lots of black noddies there. There was a resort there, kind of a hotel called the Cocos Island Resort. It's now defunct. It got damaged in some typhoons, and now it's not used anymore. But volunteers go out there. The guy that actually took us out there, he manages a volunteer program to check for brown tree snakes. Occasionally, they may still occur in small numbers, but these volunteers do very important work in making sure that any brown tree snakes that are found there are removed. As well as being a sanctuary for one of the endemic species, it's also a good place for herps. This is the Mariana monitor and another mottled snake-eyed skink. But this was the main target of our visit. It's one of the rarest birds in the world, the Guam Rail. I didn't manage to get a very good picture, but we got great views. One of the rarest birds in the world, just a few dozen left on Cocos Island, and they've been reintroduced elsewhere, I think on Rota, but that wasn't a very successful reintroduction. So yeah, the only viable population at the moment is on Cocos Island. From Guam, we moved on to our final location for the trip, which was Palau, where we spent 3 nights. From Palau Airport, we went over to our hotel on Coral Island, and this was our first birding site called Long Island Park, which has most of the Palau endemics. This is the sort of habitat that we were birding, quite dense, lush habitat on limestone. And some beautiful birds. It's quite similar looking to the Mariana fruit dove. It's called a Palau fruit dove. the Palau flycatcher, the Palau bush warbler, the Palau kingfisher. This is a bit of video of, I think it's the most beautiful fantail in the world, the Palau Fantail. But yeah, a lot of really nice birds and pretty easy. Again, excellent for snorkeling. I took a dip there at Long Island Park. It's the Pacific sailfin tang, some saber squirrelfish, it's the shadowfin soldierfish, and this beautiful bluefin trevally, which swam by me. Huge fish, yeah. So really high quality fish as well. Great visibility. So that was a lot of fun. From Long Island, we took a day trip as well down to the Rock Islands. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Absolutely stunning. Real privilege to visit. This is the boat that took us out there. Went out there with a boat captain and a local guide. And just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. These sort of mushroom-shaped islands and sort of emerald green waters. A lot of them have this kind of like overhang. Sometimes you see Pacific reef herons underneath there. Some other seabirds like black-naped terns. We actually got off the boat and took a hike along the German Lighthouse Trail on the island of Ngerek-Tabel. This is our guide showing us the way. Again, some World War II history. I think this is a Japanese fortification here. This was actually, sorry, it's not a very good photo, but this was the main target of our visit here, the giant white-eye. Very strange bird, very big. Yeah, real pleasure to find. Some other birds we saw, the Palau cicada bird, Caroline Islands white-eye, and also some nice herbs like this emerald tree skink. At the end of the trip, they took us to a place called Mandarin Fish Lake. It's a sort of lagoon surrounded by beautiful forest. Didn't find any mandarin fish there, but we had another wonderful snorkel. Really nice coral, and I had an amazing encounter with a hawksbill turtle, very close. So that was really nice. At the end of the trip, yeah, on the last night, we went out just before dusk, and we got some bats flying around. These are Palau flying foxes. This is a smaller bat called the Pacific sheath-tailed bat. And we managed to track down this tricky endemic called the Palau nightjar. Also, we had good views of the Palau owl. But yeah, really wonderful trip. On the final morning, we went out for a little bit less birding, and we got this lovely buff barred rail. Going to finish just by showing you my eBird trip report. So you see, it's not a very big species count, but a lot of endemics, and really, quality, not quantity. 43 species photographed, yes, so pretty good for photography. All my accounts are on here with all my photos and locations, so please check that out. And also check out my iNaturalist page. I'll leave a link here on the video. A lot of fish pictures. If you go there for bird watching, you also want to do a bit of snorkeling. It's a real highlight. Got 140 species of fish, yeah, and just beautiful. A lot of good herbs as well, and interesting botany. It was just a fantastic trip. Highly recommended if you get a chance to get out there. Lovely people, beautiful scenery, fantastic snorkeling, and some great birds. So, yeah, hopefully see you on a trip there one day. Thanks for watching. All the best. Take care.